Shock do? They opt to go with something kind of like the Gladiator. So they go with Doomfist. Instead of playing another flanker, they decide to play McCree for consistent damage. But then they don't play the double shield. They play the Ryan Zaryan.
Okay, yeah, so similar to what we saw from the Gladiators, except there's a McCree in the mix. So another sort of new composition for us to ruminate over. Super there, representing his Roll Star badge. Playing up front and center, just what you expect from the young man. Having Trechobin on the Zarya. They are chasing the Valiant around
they
now.
They need to.
Lustro's managed to find Sinatra there. During that time, he does trade his own life out for it. The rest of the Shock now need to step up, and that was a nice Immortality Field placed down. Look how much room, though, Matt, Sinatra has to work his magic.
I mean, look, that's what they wanted to do. They have to chase them down. It's a lot like what we talked about in the Gladiator series. The Reinhardt comp is only effective if they can close the gap. It's much harder without Lucio, but still, you see the hunt that goes down from Super. Or Super just, he did not stop, just kept on going, barreling through the front. Sinatra causing issues where it allows him to take the point first.
So they're trying to get past Reamer and McGravy's barriers and run them down. Trying to do that without Lucio isn't easy, and they've just got to kind of telegraph the fact that they're walking up. KSP switches over towards the McCree now, no more Hanzo. Hoping to match Striker somewhat, who did a heck of a lot of damage in that last fight, was very instrumental in the cleanup. A lot of early damage on Super, but he can walk back past his main wall.
So you have Choi playing pretty close, and he's gonna get the brunt of an Ant Matrix last throw, throwing some orbs on through.
Rain trying to stay alive, he threw down that Ant Matrix, trying to get some value for it. The last throw on Rain had already fallen. KSP now drops to Striker. Two players are around the place for San Francisco here. They may not want to challenge against a May and Sigma though, and they think better of it. They've already got about 60% of that capture percentage, and hey, they can come back in now with some huge ultimates right around the corner.
Oh yeah, Shatter, Grav, Meteor Strike coming online. Death Blossom, the Meteor Strike used here by Sinatra, as that's going to be the grab that comes down. KSF saved by the Immortality Field.
Yeah, he's just dancing amongst the snowflakes there. He drops his Blizzard down. KSF is able to help clean up this fight here. And that was a Graviton Surge used here by the Shock and also Sinatra. As soon as he dropped down from that Meteor Strike, he got frozen. At least Super still has that Shatter, but look, if you watched that last game and saw OG's troubles trying to find Shatter value, Super is not expecting to knock multiple players down here. Just one key target will be enough.
Oh, he gets walled off on the other side. They quickly break through, though, so the Valiant not able to capitalize. This will be a Supercharger, though, and you see how fast Super's shield is breaking. They try and get a halt over the top. They don't connect with anything. Sinatra gets really low. Yeah,
he gets given a repair pack, though, healed up pretty fast. KSF was attempting to freeze Striker around that side, gets up on top of some of the architecture. But yeah, most of the Shock are going to struggle there. They got caught in that gravitic flux, and they were all bunched up together. Now, the Valiant are ahead. It's 63% to 58. They've used many of those key abilities. Choyhoven switches to the Wrecking Ball.
A lot of ults, though. I mean, you use the Supercharger, the Gravitic Flux, the Deadeye there. So now we see Sinatra on the Genji. So Sinatra, Genji with Striker on Tracer. Choi on the Wrecking Ball. Super still wants to get a use of this Shatter.
Architect down early, though. Rain picked him off. Extreme range. Very comfortable are the Valiant up on that perch. The Genji from Sinatra. What can he do against an Amplification Matrix? Well, he gets on the other side of it. There's that. But as he drops down, Lastro is going to pick him up. A lot of kills here for Lastro. 7 final blows, more than anyone else on his team. He's just dominating now. With 99% on the clock here, the San Francisco Shock only have a nano-boosted Striker who had to recall and now is trapped behind a wall. Yeah, that's like a Sinatra caught back there. I'm not sure. Either way, it's only little bits, drips and drabs of the San Francisco Shock coming up to challenge this fight, and they just fall one by one. Now it's really just a matter of pleasantries. Super with the shield up, trying to keep Moth alive, but he was discorded. McGravy rolls on through. Sinatra drops in, but KSP's there with the Deadeye.
That'll be a 0.1 win for the Valiant.
Tough round for Sinatra, Matt. Only 2 kills to his name. He started on the Doomfist. That didn't really work eventually. He kept getting frozen up by the May, and then he tried to go for a Genji. That looked even worse. That's a Gravitic Flux that really broke the back of the Shock there. McGravy just waited for his moment to come in. Not just a diva player. Perfect Sigma execution there.
So now you'll have a Widowmaker here for KSP. You can play Widow on this point for an extended period of time. You don't have to switch off of this, as Widow's been pretty effective here. blocking off some sight lines. So see what he's able to do. Just grapple away from Sinatra as he tries to make a dive play on the Doom.
And look at how aggressive the Shock are pushing. They're almost on top of KSP's position. They mow Lastro down. And there wasn't really much Dreamer could do except just look on and cheer on Lastro as he tried to escape the front line. San Francisco don't need a speed boost here to access the targets, and Striker was waiting for KSF. The flash came out and heads rolled, namely KSF's. Dreamer will also be cut down now, and it's the second round. The Shock will start after a first fight win.
So this is exactly what we saw in that first point, though. The Shock, they get the fight win, they get 50%. The Valiant, they took it back, and they were able to hold it the rest of the way. So we'll see if the Shock can hold on this time. Another difference between these two teams, well, right now, KSP goes and plays McCree after Widow. You have the Mei versus the Doomfist, where the Mei you're going to play, like I mentioned earlier when we were talking about why is Gig not in, a little bit more control, a little bit slower. And then you also do not have the on-end mix. You're going to be playing Zen Briggs, and that really tells you they want to play around the Orisa, really stationary.
So obnoxious from San Francisco, Matt. They just keep following the Valiant wherever they go. Refuse to let him set up. They have a shield that can be repositioned easily. The Valiant really don't. Sinatra in, he gets rid of McGravy. Yes, they lost Super, but Super was really just to get them in position without them taking too much damage, and that now enables Sinatra to clean up the fight like this. And that's why he's got a Doomfist skin in his honor.
This skin is nuts, by the way. I mean, completely off topic. It's an awesome skin, but now grab Earth Shatter. Earth Shatter, you held onto it for a very long time. If you were the Shock in the first point, you didn't really get anything with it even when you used it. So you may as well just kind of throw it out there as Shock just kind of going to play behind these pillars. You see Super just wants to, he doesn't want to use the shield and like burn it straight away, right? You see him playing around the columns, playing around the pillars. Wants to get that shield and use it.
Oh, Choi,
up close
so
and personal.
clever.
Nice play by Choi there, yeah.
Bro, the Giga Brain. And he kept such high energy that entire time as well. Even after the fight was sort of in a lull, he was at 70, 80%. And that's so easy for Striker to get the combo in. Easy enough Deadeye for him. I mean, he might be letting Rain walk away with this, but it doesn't matter because the Shock have been in control this entire darn time. Super halted out, doesn't give a chance to put over shield. No, Moth now going to have to play on the back foot. He can't get away either. Jokoba though, your boy, he's still ticking over nicely. A lot of damage with those right clicks, and he even has his personal bubble available. He's saving it. Nerves of steel, this guy, but he's eventually going to be run over. Sinatra had enough time to get in, finds the one kill, looking for KSB, and he gets two. That's more than he really should have gotten, but that's Sinatra for you.
Yeah, it's still not enough to get a hold though, right? As Choi gets the effects of the nano. They're going to try and push this forward though, with KSP coming off the respawn.
Super staying out of line of sight as long as he can. KSF just trying to make sure anyone who moves around the corner gets a frosty reception. Here's the Blizzard, he lets it go. Wall play start to prevent any retreat. That's fantastic execution. Chokobin though, going to soak up a bit of shield charge from that Blizzard. Sinatra's unlikely to get away though as McGravy brings the hammer down, and he'll chase Super all the way to the ends of the earth if he has to. 32% here. The Valiant are still in control.
Still going to be a big hill to climb though for the Valiant. Striker gets hit for the halt there, has to use the roll to get out of harm's way. Sinatra will go away from Doomfist and goes with Reaper. So Reaper, you can still get into the back line, but just a little bit easier, more consistent, right? If you're not finding those one-shot kills as Doom, you're really not contributing that much. So Reaper, it's a much safer option.
It's for a prolonged fight, you know?
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder to take people by surprise, but in the late fight, if you're still alive, you're going to be doing work. KSF's already gone down. Grab, straight down range and into the kinetic grasp. Again, there might not be a diva there, Choi Kobin, but Sigma can still shut down those projectiles.
That's really long range.
Oh man, and they still push them off the point anyway. San Francisco, all right, they're looking a bit more like themselves now, Matt.
Yeah, it was, you don't have to have the fastest reaction time to hit the kinetic grasp to eat that one up. I mean, that is down.
You can see
that is downtown. Yeah, you're the master at editing things to make it seem like you're really good. You would know how to do all that.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just saying what I've heard from other people. But anyway, the Shock come out here with Striker on the Widow. So Widow v Widow, Striker versus KSP, and Sinatra goes back on the Doom. So
Striker Widow, baby.
Able to get
oh yeah, he's cracked already out of the gates. One on a KSP. This is the guy that last year people were keeping an eye on because they saw his Widow stats on ladder and that they were frankly unbelievable. McGravy playing a dangerous game. Sinatra just going to bang a couple of those left kicks in there, try and get that shield down. But the fact that the Valiant have been forced to put an Orisa shield down so far away means that they're not going to be able to contest this point. Moth will be able to capture it to start with, even if Sinatra got boomed by a rock.
You know, that first Widow pick is massive. And Sinatra, he'll take out McGravy. A Dreamer who's going to take out Super. The Valiant making a play towards the point. As the Shock were trying to establish control in the middle of the map, and they never actually got set up.
Well,
the
they
Valiant
split
just ran
Super
right
away
in.
from the rest of their team. Not only was there a wall in the way, but Sinatra got hit with an accretion, so he actually couldn't help Super out. He had to first pick himself off the ground, dust his shoulders off, and then get around that May wall. Super got discorded and smashed instantly.
Striker on Tracer now, so Choi on the Wrecking Ball. So they go back to, I mean, they had the Sinatra on Genji the last time, right? But this is a very interesting setup here for the Shock, as that'll be the Wrecking Ball with the pile driver on the high ground.
Well, Choi knows how to make an entrance. He also knows how to make a swift exit, apparently. Very quickly burned down by 4 members of the Valiant. KSP, this is risky business now. Taken to the sky. Actually gets some damage on Striker. Are you kidding me? A follow-up shot as he hits the ground. And the Shock again, a pushback into spawn. The Valiant now threatening to take this first map away.
That's what I was talking about earlier in the day. Like, I would not be surprised if Widowmaker starts to creep up more and more in these types of comps and overtake even a character like McGravy. There's so many fantastic Widows in the league. As Inforesight, this buys them some time, right? You don't want to push directly into this.
They see him rolling. Day Hayton up the backside is Tweak open. Couldn't actually get a pile driver connection though. Fell back onto the point. The Lustro's gone down. Sinatra was able to find out after having switched back to the Doomfist. There's more work to be done. This is the wheelhouse of Sinatra, but not much you can do when a boulder flies through the windscreen. KSP caught on point is going to be picked up by the combined efforts of Striker and Choi Kyobin, but the Shock still don't have the staying power to capture the point. They still have to work in from the fringes, play with their food, so to speak. And the Valiant this whole time are just getting further and further ahead. Choi Kyobin had every form of CC in the game leveraged at him at once. That's how it feels to play Wrecking Ball right now. Moth walks onto the point. Flail Akimbo swinging for the fence, but the heal from the rally really makes a big difference. They get Lastro on KSF.
Yeah, the rally armor pays off big here. It allows them to play aggressive, be way more durable as they push on through. And the Shock, they do get a point flip at the very end. So 85% for the Valiant. Really, like, you know, just they have to flip it and then they take the point back, obviously, and then maybe one more fight after that and they're in a good shape. McGravy will go Diva, which is interesting. Probably really worried about Striker wanting to keep his teammates alive. So you have the McCree to help Lastro, and then also you have now the Diva defense maker.
Oh no, the Diva's not going to protect you from this. Trick open though again, it's all the CC walled in. And still the Shock are able to find a kill. That's huge because a lot of cooldowns got used on the Valiant side to get rid of Choi Kyobin. So to get a 1-from-1 there is probably worth it, especially Rain. That means that Striker now gets to play more aggressively while Rain is absent. And Choi Kyobin returns to the fight earlier. So there's a very localized, brief player advantage here for the Shock. Striker knows he's caught in this room. He recalls, goes through the pulse bomb. Dreamer low, but still being kept alive. As long as the Shock can keep the Valiant in that room, they're going to be happy. But it looks like Los Angeles won't be kept waiting.
Yeah, they should be able to break out. They're going to use a supercharger here. Nano boost dropped onto Super, but looks like he gets frozen on up. The Valiant will be able to take the point back, and it's bad for San Francisco, bitches. With the point going back to the Valiant, 90% here will be on the clock in just a split second. Both support ult plus Blizzard and Deadeye. You can fight this on the point if you're the Valiant and get a win.
We're set up for an exciting conclusion to this map now. 97 and counting. Striker probably has to step up first and stall, and he does. He's secured overtime. Choi Kyobin comes in, needs to stay alive a little longer here. KSP's Deadeye can't find any targets right now. Gets a ton of damage on Super and takes him out early in the fight. Couple more shots and he'd have the better of Moth as well, but Moth has to back away. Still the kills are there for the Valiant, and they plant the flag. SoCal takes the first map in this series.